also known as the Cowboy's Wife. I'm no expert on anything and I don't claim to be, but I have been alive for 56 years, so I have some funny stories. Come saddle up with me and take a ride, and maybe I can make you laugh or smile or cry or give you something to just think about that day. Let's do this. Hey everybody, good morning. Trish Charleston here, the Cowboy's Wife, and it's been a hot minute since I've done a podcast, but I haven't had anything to talk about. But now we have a hometown celebrity, so I have lots to talk about. I've got Cooper Freeman with me today, and I have known Coop since before he was born, and his parents probably before they were born. But so when we were growing up, Kevin's grandma had a house out on 96 Highway, and your dad and the boys grew up out there in that same area. And I remember when Kevin and I would go visit his grandma, he'd always talk about the Freeman boys, and that was your dad and your uncle. Yep. How old is Matt?
47, I think.
Yeah, so he's 10 years younger than me, and then so it's weird because we're all friends, but we're older, and it's like we're the older, mature. but you know, he was calling them kids then, and now it's just funny because you guys are the kids, yeah, obviously, and now we have kids. It's just getting weird, yeah. But you've just been in our lives forever, and we watched your dad and your uncle grow up roping, and Grandpa, of course, was always a huge mentor in that, and always a huge supporter. Grandma and Grandpa, yeah, both sides, both sides of your family, yep, been roping forever.
Yep.
And when you grew up roping with my kids, and now you're really roping with my kids, yeah. So we've just known each other forever, and not just from the rodeo side, but just friendship side and all of those things. But so did you just love it from day one? Did you love roping from day one, or did you just wake up thinking, man, I just want to rope today? Or was it something you had to kind of get into?
Oh, I've loved it since day one. My mom and dad, they've told me stories of like whenever I was could barely walk, and I would just drag my rope around Lucky J everywhere.
I remember that.
Try to rope people's feet. But it's something that I've loved since I was, a little kid. And then, you grow up and you're just getting to where you can rope, and it's like, you look forward to the days that you get to saddle your horse and rope. And now, like, moving forward, like where I rope every single day, it's something that I've loved since I was a little kid, and I haven't stopped loving it since. So
that's incredible. It's obviously your gift. Yeah. It's a God-given gift. And that's the coolest part about it. And because, and my dad always used to say, if you do something you love, you never work a day in your life. And so you guys are certainly doing that.
Yep.
And so for the people that listen to my podcast that don't know a lot about this, the reason, I love Coop and I've always been a big fan, but the reason that he's a super big deal right now is that he is the number one man in the world in team roping. And it all started with winning Houston, and Houston's a big deal. It's a big deal. And we were just on the edge of our seats. I'm so irritated that we weren't there, because I would love to have been there, because I know what it's like when, and I kept texting your mom and dad, and I kept texting you, because it's just, there's nothing like Houston. I mean, there's just nothing like it. And so, and they just treat you like you're a rock star the whole time. I made so many friends, yep, just camping over there when Emma was there. And, when she won her set, that was the funniest thing ever, because on the way there, the fact that she even got in was just, we thought was a joke, yeah. It was just like, it was just fate, it was just such a God thing. It just, all the cards lined up, she got in, and we just still couldn't believe it. And she said, I go, listen, I'm going to need you to win me that guitar. And she's like, okay, Mom, I'll win you that guitar. And we're just laughing. Never in a million years thought that it would happen. Yeah. And then when she handed me that thing, I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And so we knew what a big deal it was to be there. And then when you guys did so well, and you kept advancing, and I know I was just driving all of you crazy, but when you texted me back, so I kept texting him, and he would text me back, It was just the sweetest thing. I was the first person he texted back, and
Yep.
because he said I was his biggest supporter the whole time, and I was. But I know I'm not his biggest supporter. I was just the first person
Yep.
every time because I was on the team the whole time. But his whole family, your whole family has been. So tell about Grandpa. Grandpa paid fees for years.
Oh yeah.
So how did that work?
Uh, I whenever I don't remember how
You guys
old
were
I
pretty
was.
little. Did he do
Yeah.
it for everybody?
Oh yeah.
He did it for all of his
Yep. All the
grandbabies.
grandkids. So it was all every time we went to a jackpot, we he would pay our fees and he kept half of what we won. And then the businessman he is, he kept track of what we spent and what we won and lost, and at the end of the year, whatever we cleared over our fees, he gave us that back.
Oh,
So
wow.
it was cool.
What
but
a cool.
it was
That's
very
incredible.
cool. Yeah.
Yes. I didn't know he kept half of your winnings.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. But whatever we cleared over our entry fees at the end of the year, we got to get back. So
Did you know that going in?
yeah.
Oh, you
Yep,
did
that
know.
was our deal
Okay.
for all four of us kids. So.
Okay. But he always got his money back.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well, I need to get that system worked out with him in Jackson
Yeah.
because right now I'm getting robbed.
Yeah. It's a two-way street.
No, I'm just kidding. They are riding all these horses and doing all these things.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when you live this life, people have no idea how much work it is. So, like you said, you rope every day. How many horses do you ride a day?
Oh, it depends, but I mean, I try to ride 5 or 6 a day, but it depends on what we got going on or how much time we got. But
Yeah.
Jackson comes over and he'll bring a trailer load of horses and we'll saddle them up and get started, and
Yeah.
it takes us a while, but we have fun doing it. And heck, we get out there, and if it's not going perfect, I always take a step back and it's like, shoot, I wouldn't want to be doing anything different, whether it's going good or bad. So
Well,
that brings it back and makes it fun. Even whenever it's not going good, we always make it fun. So
oh yeah.
it's,
We were literally in Florida, and he was, how twitchy he is anyway. The boy can't stay off his cell phone. 3 days in, I thought he was going to explode. He finally just books a ticket and he goes home. He just leaves and goes to a roping. I mean, there's something about you people that's just not, that's different. And it's rodeo people, I think, in general, that love what they do and that are good at what they do because they just crave it all the time.
yeah.
And I do the same thing with riding, but when you're so busy like we are, when you're ranching and running a business and all that, it's sometimes you have to give that up. So you're fortunate that you have so many people in your corner that allow you to do what you love to do. So
Very fortunate.
you grew up in Carthage, Missouri, and how old were you when your folks bought the Lucky J from your other grandpa on your mom's side?
I think I was 6 months old.
You were
I was a
tiny.
baby. Yeah.
Okay, so that's all you've ever known.
Oh yeah, I lived there for at Lucky J my whole childhood.
Yeah, and
That was,
So if you don't know what the Lucky J is and you're listening, it's a restaurant in town just outside the city limits, and it's a great steakhouse, and they have a working arena. So they have all these events every weekend. There's something going on. You can watch horses, which is super cool for families, that especially people that don't know anything about it. They love just to see all the pretty horses but how much do you think that has been a factor in your life as far as giving you so much success?
Oh, it's crazy. Just being around there, like seeing what all goes on, being around all the different events and just the different people that's around there. I feel like that's helped, a lot, just being around the business part of it too, just seeing and knowing kind of what it takes to be successful, and then, getting to rope there as a kid. It's, they have jackpots there every week and you live at the jackpot. So
yeah, and you've had to work, but your dad's very business oriented too, which obviously he gets from his dad.
Yeah.
Because they're both very good with money. And then your mom's dad, I mean, he was kind of a cowboy too.
Oh, yeah.
So he was, I mean, now he's a commissioner, so it's weird, you feel like you don't know what role to put him in anymore. But he still has cows and things,
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
he?
yeah, and he owned the Diamond Sale Barn
Oh yeah.
back years ago, so he knows what's going on.
Oh yeah. He knows all about the cattle.
Yep.
And was he a big horse guy too?
He's always had horses around there. They ride and pull wagons and
Yeah, the wagons.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
But I don't know that I've even seen John on a horse.
Yeah, no, he likes riding the wagons.
Yeah, I've seen him riding the wagons
Oh, yeah.
for years, and I forgot about the sale barn. Gosh, that's been a minute. But yeah, he had the sale barn for years, and then he originally opened the Lucky J.
Yep. He opened it, and my mom and dad bought it from him whenever I was a baby. So
Yeah,
about
wow.
23 years ago.
Golly, how long did he have it before?
I don't think real long. I think they kind of got it built and just maybe open for a little bit, and then
Was that his
they bought
plan
it.
all along?
I don't know. I need to figure out what their plan was, but I don't know that they for sure had a plan, but they opened it, and my mom and dad bought it pretty shortly after it opened.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just been the gathering place for decades. I mean, that's just where we go. And now it's funny because when the kids were little, obviously we were there a whole lot more because of the youth events and things. And now it's coming full circle because we're watching Jake's kids now. And then, my gosh, my grandson started T-ball this week, so I assume he'll be on a horse before you know it.
Oh yeah,
roping. If Colt gets his way, he'll never rope, but hopefully he'll rope a little. He loves horses.
Good.
Yeah, but so. And you had the convenience of an indoor arena. So do you feel like you have a huge advantage because you have an indoor arena, but Kevin's always on Emma about moving to Texas, and you've lived out there a lot. You've stayed out there a lot because of weather, because of the availability of the indoor pens versus here. We just don't have that. But you were blessed with having that. We were blessed with knowing you, so we had that too.
Yeah.
So it was been helpful because they're always very kind to Emma. But do you think it's a disadvantage to live in Missouri?
I don't think so. I think you have to make a lot of trips to Texas. I've found myself here the last couple years making a lot of trips, but it's not the being able to practice or anything like that. That's just where a lot of the events are that we go to. So
right,
it's not a disadvantage by any means, but just a little more driving to get to the events that me and Emma and Jackson and that we have to get to. But I've always said that I love Texas, but there's no place like home.
There is no place like home. We literally just spent a week in Florida in one of the most beautiful homes I've ever seen in my life, and I would not trade them for that place straight across.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't trade it. I got home and I'm like, why did we leave? Why did we ever leave here? It's just, there's no place like home. Jackson cannot breathe. He's having real struggle bus with the allergies right now. I don't know if they don't have trees in North Carolina. I feel like they did, but he's been in Texas for a hot minute.
Yeah.
So, but he got a shot yesterday, so thank God maybe he'll get to breathing again.
Yeah.
But what circuit do you declare?
I did the Texas this year, which the Great Lakes is one of my favorite circuits, which that's the circuit that we live in. But to be able to rodeo and get to enough circuit rodeos to have the chance to make the circuit finals, Texas was the only circuit that I've kind of did the math on and could get to enough rodeos to qualify for the circuit finals.
Yeah, and you have to go to more though. Is the only bad thing. Yeah. Emma's always done Prairie Circuit because it's closer for us.
Yep.
It's tough. I mean, that one,
very.
Those two are I think probably the hardest. I guess they're all tough.
They're all tough.
But Missouri, the Great Lakes they're so far away for us because we are in the southwest corner of Missouri, and it's just been a nightmare. But even though she did the Prairie Circuit for 5 years, she still has to go to more rodeos. There's some tiny little clause that says if you send in a letter every year, you can like grandfather in or some nonsense. But it's this nobody even knew that it existed. And then and I think somebody, she said, tried to call and actually do it, and they still wouldn't do it. There's so many things broken about
the circuit
the
system
rodeo
is very hard to.
it's to maneuver.
Yeah, it is, and it's kind of hard. Me and my team roping partner, we've talked about it, and it's like it's almost like you're either gonna rodeo and try to make the NFR or circuit rodeo. It's very hard to do both, but we the Texas circuit, we could give it an honest shot, so that's what we claim together.
Tell us about your partner. Where's he from?
He's from New Mexico, and he lives in Stephenville now. So.
Okay, and his name?
Corbin Rice.
And you guys just started roping together this year?
Well, we roped together last year, and we actually roped together in college, and we made the college national finals together.
Oh, okay, cool. Yep. I did not realize that.
Yep, and then I was done with school, and he stayed another year, so I rodeoed with a couple different people. He rodeoed with a different guy, and then last year we got back together, and
oh, cool.
And we rodeoed last year, and then we actually, the Houston deal was kind of funny because we didn't have a very good year, and so as soon as the last season got over, the new season started October 1st, and Houston takes 3 teams out of the new world standings, so you got about 2 months to get some money won to get into Houston, and we did some crazy stuff. We drove to places that you would never want to drive to, and won enough money to get into Houston.
Oh, so that was planned.
Oh yeah, we was.
You were doing it.
Yeah, we were doing some silly stuff to get to Houston, and every time we would take off on just a silly long trip, we were like, man, we hope this pays off at Houston. And it's crazy how it's crazy to look back and see God's plan of you just follow his plan. He has a plan for everybody, and if you just stick to it and stay faithful to him, he'll bring you where you need to be.
That's exactly right. I mean, and it's so cool because everybody has a different plan, but a different gift. And so, well, just like in team roping, I'm sorry, I hate it. There are so many variables to screw up a good team roping. I mean, it's just every time it's something, and it's like I'm having to learn it now because I have a team roper in the family, and I always have. I mean, Kevin's roped for years, and he's pretty good at it, and he loves to do it. He just doesn't ever have time. And I like to watch the people I know and nobody else.
Yeah, well, it can be.
And so that's it's so daunting. I remember when the girls were little, we'd go to these big team ropings with Art Davidson. Art was his partner, and Art was quite a bit older, but Kevin adored him. You know, he was like the coolest old cowboy ever, and the girls were little, and they would have sparkly cows. Do they still do that? Like they have glitter on their butts or whatever when they come out, and if you roped that one, it was an extra $500 or something.
I don't know.
We just call them the sparkly cows. We don't know. That was the fun that I had, is that somebody drew the sparkly cow. And that was the gist of my love for team roping. But it's just so hard. And right now, so as having all this family in the cattle business, and the cattle, your career depends on it, how scary is this market right now for you? Do you think about it? The rodeo stuff's been a little wonky this year. I mean, it's been weird.
Yeah, it has. The team ropers, and I think every team roper would say that they like to rope the Mexican Corrientes, which the border is closed, so we can't get any. So it's really up to the market in the native Corriente cattle. So I don't know what's going to happen, but it's with the cattle prices the way it is, we've been roping a lot of random stuff at the jackpots and rodeos. So
that was a very kind word to use, random stuff, because it's been some some random stuff. You just don't know what's coming out of that chute, and it's hard. And and breakaways the same way, because calves, they're so expensive. And the poor girls, they don't want them to rope anyway. So it's like, they always have a struggle. And if they so much as complain about one thing, then they just, they go home. And so do you foresee taking it away? I mean, what if they don't open the border? What are we going to do?
I think there's enough native cattle around that they'll make it work. I think the stock contractors are gonna have to make a little more money, like out of our pockets probably, and I mean, we're probably just gonna have to rope what we can. We're gonna have to decide if we want to go rope what they're providing,
And not complain
and
about
not
it.
complain about it. And with all that being said, for somebody who loves the sport, I appreciate people that are spending the money and putting the time in, and having the events for us to go to.
Yeah.
And that, because it's hard right now. We put on ropings at the barn, and when them things cost 2,000, 2,200 a piece, it's like, man, you don't want to ruin them all, but
Yeah.
people are coming to rope and try to take care of everybody. People are come and spend a lot of money with you, and as from the producer's standpoint, we appreciate people spending their money with us, so we try to take care of them the best we can and have the best steers we can for them to rope. But at the same time, sometimes, we're like, man, we wish they would, appreciate having steers to rope, because it's
hard.
expensive, and it's hard to keep them put together and good to rope. And
Yeah, and the hard part about what you guys do too is a lot of these people are your friends.
exactly.
And so that's it's such a fine line on you don't want to make anybody mad, but you also, it's like it's your business, and it's your livelihood. It's so many different things. That was just like when the barrel racers, complaining about the ground. You know how fun that is.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
you guys have barrel races all the time. What I just told, what we've just told Emma is, you can complain all you want, and you can you can wish in one hand and crap in the other and see which fills up faster. But it was, somebody's going to win.
I've always said
I
that.
mean, it doesn't matter if the ground is crappy, if the cattle are crappy, somebody's going to catch.
Guarantee you.
So why don't you just be that guy? When Colton and Cooper were little, my nephews, they were roping, and I'm not going to say the words that Colton said because he was about 3, and Coop was just jacking around, and he kept taking his time and taking his time. It was his turn to rope, and Colton was waiting, for him to rope, and he goes, just rope the effing thing. And that's literally how I feel every time I go, what are you going to gripe about? Just rope the thing. It's just, somebody's going to win a check. It can be you, or complaining about it. You can miss and complain about it or whatever, but somebody's going to find a way to catch that steer.
You can cowboy up and catch them and win something, or you can be the one that goes home mad and griping.
That's right. So just, we do have some adapting to do with this year, and it's going to be tricky. And fuel prices. So where does your partner live?
He lives in Stephenville.
Oh, you just said that, yeah. He lives in Stephenville. So you guys just meet at rodeos, or you travel together, or how does that work?
It kind of depends on where we're headed or what's going on, but we try to get in together as much as we can, split fuel and split the driving up. But
and the fuel prices are astronomical.
Yeah, it's really gonna be.
It's a tough year.
It's gonna
be. But you have got a large head start on everybody, and so have you wrapped your head around that? Do you feel different? Do you feel? I mean, you're the same guy, which I love about you.
I don't really feel any different. It's just
You've had to do some podcasts, haven't
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
You've been interviewed a lot, haven't you?
I guess that's a good thing, though.
Yeah, it is a good thing. It's a great thing.
No, it doesn't change you as a person. It's just
Well, it doesn't change you as a person if you're a good person. And so that is one of the things I love the most about you, is that it doesn't matter what happens, you're always going to be Coop, And so that's pretty cool, because it does change some people.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been around this thing a long time, and it has changed some people.
Yeah.
And they're not people that I really want to be around very often.
The way I look at it is, it's part of God's plan where he's taken me, and whether he wants me to go to the NFR or not, he gave me a large chunk of money, for the standings at one time. So just enjoy the ride and see where it takes you.
Yeah, yeah. So have other people treated you different? Do you feel like? Are the little
That's
boys just losing their minds at Lucky J?
I don't know if they are or not, but that's one thing that I love about home is, I mean,
Everybody's the same all the time.
just perfect examples. Cooper and Colton, your nephews, they were around the barn this weekend, and it was like, I mean, nothing's different. Nobody treats you different. Everybody's obviously happy for you.
Absolutely.
They ask about it, but
No, they are fired up. You should have seen we have a group chat, and they were off somewhere else. They were rodeoing somewhere else
yeah.
when you were roping. Like that we weren't watching, they would think that, so if Colton would be just like blowing up the phone. Are you watching Cooper? Did you just see what happened? Did you just see Cooper Freeman? And we're like, of course we're watching Cooper, and so it was just hilarious because they just live for it. They just thrive on it all the time. But, oh, that's super cool. But the cool thing about our home, and I think we're so blessed to be from this small town, is that how everybody shows up for you. I mean, you do have a team, behind you, just a huge team, family, friends, your roping buddies. Everybody is so excited for you. But even when something bad happened, so this week we were gone. I don't even have to finish that sentence. You know exactly what happened. Our cattle pens could hold buffalo. I mean, they are huge and made of big steel. I mean, just large. Like, people pull in to buy bulls and they go, I don't want to buy anything that has to be in that.
Yeah.
And so we don't have a lot of trouble with things getting out. There's just not. We used to, because we were poor, and we did. Kevin would use baling twine. And one time the banker came, and we lived in a little trailer house next door, and he came to look at cattle, and he said, I just came to count some cows. Do you know where they are? And this was about 30 years ago. And I said, well, they're usually standing in the road. So he was like, you did not say that to our banker. And I'm like, well, I mean, that's just where they are. You can usually find them because they're out. But that is not the case anymore. We have got things running a pretty tight ship. And we were just getting ready to leave Florida, come home on an airplane. And nobody even told me because they knew I'd freak out. And so Kevin's like, I got to tell you something because you're going to find out. But nobody called me ever. So
that's surprising.
I know, or a Facebook or something, somebody, but I wasn't on Facebook that whole week. It was lovely.
Yeah.
And so, we get ready to board, and he goes, we had about 117 calves, 400-pound calves. Something spooked them. We don't know what happened. We don't know how they got out, but they busted down this gate, and I'm just like, what gate? And then when he told me, I'm like, there's no way. Anyway, we still don't know. At our neighbors, it looked like a truck ran through that 7-wire fence down there.
Crazy.
Down at Ernie's, just like it mowed it down. So something was chasing them. Something was after them, and they were freshly weaned, so they were looking for moms. Mother's Day was the next day. I feel like they were just, really needed their mommies back. And they didn't just go next door. They went everywhere.
Yeah, they were scattered.
We're still missing a couple, but 2 out of 115 or 117 cattle.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Had some pretty good help catching.
So that's what I was going to say. There was an event at Lucky James, the rodeo finals, the kids' youth finals, junior high finals was this weekend. And all I know is that Colton sent somebody a Snapchat, and in under like 20 minutes, there's like 15 guys on horses out here gathering cattle for us. And I just sobbed. I was just like, that was the kindest, most, I was like, people just show up for people. And we didn't ask them, they just came, and they brought horses, and they had those suckers, all but 2, and Kevin thinks he knows where they are. And so it was just the coolest thing. And that's who you've got, all of you kids that are around here. These old guys watching rodeo, I mean, they are so happy and proud of you and happy for you and are living it with you. I mean, I just hope you guys understand how much joy that it brings them to see you win. It's just cool because you've worked at it for a long time.
That's one thing I love about home is everybody is actually on your team and wants to see you do good, and yeah, it's cool to be the one that they're watching and do good, but every like we're we all watch everybody. Like whenever Cooper and Colton somewhere, I'm watching them on my phone.
Oh yeah.
Like we all want to see each other win,
Oh yeah.
and everybody around here, they're wanting everybody to win too. So it's cool to be a part of this
Oh yeah.
community, I guess you would call it. And
Oh yeah.
I don't know, it's pretty cool. I like being around here, and the people around here is so supportive and genuinely want to see you do good. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Well, we are so proud of you, and I hope you go all the way. I mean, I'm going whether you're there or not. But if you go, I might go the whole time. So, I mean, I don't know. I got tickets for every night, so I'm ready. So if
That's the plan.
I know, and I'd love someday for Em and Jackson to get to be there too.
Yes.
So exciting news this morning. As soon as Coop pulled in the parking lot or our driveway this morning, it looks like a parking lot out back right now. There's so many cars out there. Makana had her baby, so we named her Moana. We have little Moana now, and so that was pretty exciting. But that's a special horse, and it was a special day because I was going to get to talk to you today, so it worked out pretty cool.
Good day.
What about when you weren't winning? How do you keep going when you're not winning?
It's hard, but a lot of faith to stay on God's plan and just trust that he's going to take you where you want to be, and keep working at it harder than you think you should or want to.
But you've never stopped. I mean, even so, where did you end up last year?
I think I was 45th or something.
Still pretty great. But yeah, in the scheme of things, people have no idea how huge it is. I think Emma ended up the year Makana got hurt when we thought we were going to actually make it. I mean, she was just doing it. I think she ended up 28th.
Yep.
And I will brag on Cooper for me too. When I wrote my last book about Emma, he was the one that wrote for me for the healers, and you did a magnificent job. I had no idea what a good writer that you were. And please tell me you didn't use ChatGPT.
No, I really didn't.
I don't think it was a thing then. So I think we were saying, no, you did. And I mean, I knew you're a brilliant boy, but I just had no idea that you could write like that. So if you want to read Cooper's great writing, you can buy my book and keep cheer. And we're all going to keep cheering for you because, win, lose, or draw, you're still a winner. And I love your family so much. Is there anybody that you want to thank or... I mean, I know you've thanked your family repeatedly probably, but is there anything you want to say to anybody while you have this little forum?
Well, to my family, it's amazing as a community what people do for you and help you, but to my family that truly puts everything they have into me and my sister too, and it's hard what we got going on. There's a lot of moving parts, and to keep everything together. And just like last week, I was in Texas, and my dad had to run some horses down to the vet, and it's crazy. People don't even know the different stuff that they have to do, and
no, they don't.
I mean, you understand, but it's the support, like you said earlier, when it's going bad. Your family's there. And they know how bad it's going and what you're going through, like just mentally, and it's hard. And the fact that they've stayed so positive and supportive through the bad, and now to see it through the good it's very special, and I appreciate that more than they'll ever know.
Aww.
But it's
you're just
pretty cool.
Very grateful.
Yeah.
Does Matt ever chew on you?
Oh, I mean, it's crazy how good he wants me to do, and it's like all the time if he's saying something, not getting after me, but wanting to do stuff different or better or whatever. And it's like when you step back, it's cool to see like he's not nagging. He just wants me to be the best I can be, and that's pretty cool to.
Yeah, I've never
be a
heard
part
the
of.
man say a cross word, so I just can't see him doing that. But I mean, so I know exactly what you're talking about. But when Emma was winning and he was just quizzing me constantly, we would have
Oh
these
yeah.
deep conversations, about because he just wanted to know, because there
Oh,
was
yeah.
because he's always been like researching things behind the scenes and any information you can gather. And when she got to go with Stevie to the NFR and actually be, behind the scenes
Yeah.
and have a horse there, and it's awful.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we thought it was going to be so fun. Oh, suck fest
Yeah.
forever. Never will we ever do that again. I mean, Stevie was great, and we
Yeah.
learned, and I love her dearly, and we learned invaluable information. It was invaluable, but it did no good for
Yeah.
Makana. And in hindsight, that was real dumb. But would get tickled at Matt because he would just be like he just quizzing, because he's just smart and he wants to
loves
know.
the game too.
He does,
He
and
loves
and
it.
he wants to figure it out. Well, now we've kind of switched roles, and I'm not quizzing him because I'm just tired. I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna go with you
Yeah.
and God's plan. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But there's nothing I can do about it because, like I said, I pray constantly, and I would pray constantly for her to win. And I mean, sometimes she would, and sometimes she would, but Jordan is much different than Matt.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you repping the brand
Yeah.
today with your specialty risk hat on. But it is hard when your dad is so hard on you, and I mean you don't have that, and so you're fortunate. But Kevin was tough, but he just said, I'm sending her to the wolves. And I think it's different when it's a girl.
For sure.
I'm sure your dad worries a million times worse for Colby when she's out. No, I mean seriously, because they're beautiful girls and they go out and they do this stuff by themselves. It's like, I used to think, my dad used to say, I hope my daughters are fat and ugly. And it's like, what a stupid thing to say. Well, now I get it. It's like they're tiny, beautiful. It's terrifying. Emmett's called us from a reservation one night, and the lady went from the inside the gas station. Emma was trying to fuel up to get home by herself in the middle of a reservation in like South Dakota or somewhere. And she said, what are you doing? And she goes, I just have to get fuel. She goes, you can't be here by yourself. And this lady stood with her until she fueled up and got her on the way. And that is God. I mean, so you cannot tell me that he's not just watching over. So, I know that he's got this, and that's, what I finally came to grips with is that I am not in control of anything, and my worrying about it is not going to do a darn thing. But Matt and Jesse have always been the most kind and positive people, and they are just, and to see the joy on their face now, it's just the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I'm so happy for all of you. And so I want you to go do it. And so we're going to be there, and thank you for being with me today. And everybody be looking for Coop because they're going to be a force.
Thanks for having me on.
You bet.